Welcome back to another episode of Celestial Dew, a space where we explore our inner world, where storytelling and spiritual tools deepen our connection to ourselves and the universe. My name is Rocio Celeste, and this is my soulmate and constant companion, Nuga Cosmico. We are here to share our experiences and open a space for insight and transformation. So settle in, take a deep breath, and let's begin this journey inward. In today's episode, I want to talk about something that I find completely transforming, something that can transform your life, which is journaling. Journaling, the act of writing, but not just writing in a intellectual way. It's journaling to express what's hidden inside. I basically started journaling 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, when I was going through a lot of healing at the beginning of my healing journey, and a lot of things were coming out. I I wanted to talk about this topic today because I ran into this journal and I saw the very first page was a dream that I had back in 2021, at the beginning of 2021. And it talks about this dream. It talks about how I was looking at, in my dream, I was looking at myself. I was looking at pictures from my childhood, pictures from elementary school. And in some of the pictures, I was wearing my uniform, and in other pictures, I was 8 years old. When I had my first communion, and I and I was wearing my white dress. Then in the dream, it says how I was dreaming of my mom, and I asked her for hot Cheetos. I wanted to have hot Cheetos, and she told me in a very mature way that I had to learn to ask politely. If I wanted hot Cheetos, I had to learn to ask politely. And I had like a very thick hot Cheeto in my fingers. Then the dream goes on and on. I described the dream, how I saw my half siblings. They're older. They're like 20 years older than me. And like it talks about like their kids and who are their mom. And it's so interesting because I was going through my bookshelf today and I saw this drawer and I was like, oh, I haven't seen this in a long time. I opened it and the very first page that I saw was that. I'm like, oh my God, I had that dream 5 years ago. I did not remember. And it's so powerful because now that I think about it, it's like, oh my God, I was going through a very deep healing process at the time. I mean, I still am, but I think that like the dream that I had this night, like last night, is very relevant to the dream that I had 5 years ago on this night that I wrote here. And keeping a dream journal can be very revealing, even years later. I think like I've shared this in previous episodes about my healing journey, and also like my background and my life experience. I share about how I didn't grow up with my mom. We got separated when I was 5 years old, and I think a lot of the things that are still coming up to the surface have to do with that, including this dream that I had back in 2021. I mean, now we're in 2026. And in this dream, I'm looking at myself 6 years old, looking at my elementary school pictures, when they take pictures of you at school. And I'm wearing my uniform. Then later, I'm 8 years old and I'm wearing my dress for my first communion. But in the dream, my mom is very present and I'm asking her for something. And she is teaching me that I had to ask politely. I wonder what that might mean. I think it's connected to the dream I had last night, but I think it's like all connected to a lot of the things that I have been dreaming in the past 5 years, and also the things that I have been healing in the past few years. And I think like it's no coincidence that I write into this journal today, and something told me, okay, you need to talk about journaling. Journaling is very powerful. It's very healing. Journaling is very, very healing. And one of the things that I want to emphasize when it comes to journaling is that you don't need to think about what you're writing, and you don't need to make it like, it doesn't matter if like the grammar is okay, if you're following the punctuation, because you're not writing it to publish an article. You're not writing it to get graded on it. You're writing it for you to like express and let emotions and let things come out of your like yourself, your subconscious, but also your soul, what your soul is still holding on to that needs to come out. And it doesn't matter if what you're writing is not making any sense, because you're not writing it for others, and you're not writing it to win a contest or to win a prize. You're writing it not even for yourself. You're writing it for the sake of letting it out of your system, letting it out of your mind, so that it doesn't consume you inside. And also, I think, like, for me, the most important thing about journaling is that you can get answers to your own questions. And I realized that one day when I was in Miami, I think it was like 3 years ago. I know, right? We were in Miami, remember? And I was thinking of going to live in this particular house with a guy. My mind was set. I'm gonna go live there, and we're gonna be roommates, and I'm gonna pay this and that. And I was like so ready to move in, so ready to go do it. Then I was in the shower one morning. I was in the shower, and you know how it gets like really foggy on the glass. I started like writing with my index finger, just writing on the fog. It's like, oh, I'm gonna write something. And what I wrote, without even thinking about, without knowing why I was writing that, I just wrote with my index finger, "Don't do it," in cursive. Don't do it, like that. And I was like, I knew immediately that it was my higher self guiding me. It was my soul warning me, telling me, do not do it. Do not go live in the house with that person. But I knew immediately that it wasn't me, my rational mind, or it wasn't my ego, or it wasn't just like this personality, this Rocio in this body, just writing it. Like, I knew right away, oh my God, I am getting this download. I am getting this message from my higher self. Is that intuition? Is that soul that guides you, that tells you, mm-mm. And in that moment, I knew, oh my God, it is so important to write, to journal, because sometimes we have questions and we don't know that we have questions in our mind. But by writing, the answers just come. And it's really like hard to explain it in words. You need to experience it for yourself. I invite you to write, to journal. Get a cute journal. Get one with a cute cover page that you like. Like, that will like keep you motivated. And like, I'm all about looks and elegance. I really like pretty things that are colorful. But I mean, if you need to get a cheaper one that's just plain, that's also fine. But I encourage you to get a really nice one and keep it for journaling. You can journal, you can write your dreams, but you can also write the things that you're thinking, and the things that are bothering you, and the things that you want. Or like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't need to make any sense. It doesn't matter if you're writing, oh, I want potatoes. Oh, I really want fries. I really want fries. And then you start writing. And then more interesting, intriguing things start coming to the pen, to the pencil. Where's my pen? I don't know where I left my pen. Where did we leave it? We had it like just now. Well, he's comfy. I'm not gonna make him move because he's got like his paw on my leg. Yeah. And that day when I was in Miami, like three years ago, and me writing on the wall with my index finger, and my higher self telling me, don't do it, I knew, oh my God, sometimes we need to listen more to our higher self. We need to pay attention to what it's trying to tell us. And by paying attention, I mean, like, really pay attention, be in silence. The thing is that we get a lot of distractions. We get so distracted nowadays. We have social media, we have the internet, we have other people's expectations, we have everyday noise, work, homework, chores, all these things that we need to juggle. And very seldom we have time or we make time to sit down in silence and just listen. Just breathe and listen to our breath. Just listen to what our soul, our higher self, is trying to tell us. It could even help us or prevent us from having an accident or making a bad decision. Like if you wanted to invest in something or make a purchase, like it was in my case, that's another topic for a different episode. I'm not gonna get into that. But if I had listened to my intuition, I would have saved a lot of money, a lot of trouble, a lot of headaches. I would have just like avoided a lot of problems in my life, in my youth, because I was just like rushing and I didn't stop to think, is this the right decision? Is this what I should do? And even that day, I would have just gone to live in that house, but it turned out that that house was so dangerous and like it was falling apart. And the guy, like, he was not like mentally stable, and he ended up in rehab. But there was no way, like, I like me, like writing on that like glass after the shower with my finger, and like I just wrote don't do it. I'm like, don't do it, out of nowhere. I just wrote don't do it. Like, what was I thinking? Like, it's just a thing that I was planning to do, that I had been planning to do for days. And in a way, I feel like it saved my life. It saved me from making a really 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 big mistake, like a huge mistake. And after that, I was like, oh my God, yeah, like writing, journaling, it's so powerful, it's so important. It's a very powerful tool to connect to your inner world. And the best part is that it's free. It's free. All you need is a pen or a pencil and some paper, and you just write and you just journal. Doesn't matter. Don't worry about grammar, don't worry about punctuation, just write. At first, it might be that you're writing like, oh, like my friend came, and you just want to be very detailed and very elaborate, like I used to do at the beginning, and that will be very time consuming. But now sometimes, like, if I just need to get like ideas out of my head, it's like think about, like, it's like dusting or taking out the trash before you see clearly, before everything looks clean. If you want your mind to like have that clarity, sometimes we just need to like dust a little bit or take out the trash or mop. It's a little bit like that, but with your mind. It's like sweep, 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 sweep. It's like journaling can do that. And when you do that, the more you do that, the more that you can get the answers. Things come out to the surface from your subconscious. Your subconscious says, okay, this is ready to come out. But also you can get answers. You can get answers. Like, you just write, write, write. And you will be surprised at the messages that you will start getting from your spiritual guides, from God, from yourself, from your higher self. Remember, your higher self is you in like a very high dimension that sees everything, that has like a larger perspective, and it's guiding you. And Journaling can be very healing. You can write when you're angry, when you're sad, when you just like write. Doesn't matter if it's not making any sense. Oh, I hate my neighbor. You're allowed to feel hatred. You're allowed to feel anger. It's part of being a human. It's part of experiencing the whole spectrum of emotions. Being spiritual doesn't mean you only get to be happy and love everybody and forgive everybody. No, that's hypocritical. Being human means you get to experience all the emotions: sadness, anger, fear. You get to experience them, integrate them, let them be there, feel them. It's like, okay, it's part of being a human. And then you can take your power back, and then you can be sovereign, and then you can be like, yes, I choose not to give my energy there. I choose, but at least you allowed it to travel through you because you are a human being living a human experience. Yes, you're a spiritual being, but here in this body, in this physical body, in this third dimension, you have a body and you get to experience the whole spectrum of emotions. And that is completely valid. So it's valid to write, it's valid to feel anger, hatred, sad. All emotions are valid. This is something I learned from Tantra at the very beginning of my healing journey. I used to think that being spiritual meant only being happy, being nice, being kind, loving everybody, even if other people abused, even if other people like I used to be a kind of person that never set limits. I never learned. I didn't know what limits were. This is something that Nuga Cosmico has taught me in the past 4 years. He's very good at setting limits. I think I already said this in a different episode. He says, no, you cannot go further than this. This is it. Because he was a stray dog in Peru. He learned to survive in the streets the first 6 months of his life by setting boundaries, by setting limits. And I was quite the opposite. I felt like I had to accept everything. And I had to learn to set limits, to say no, to say stop, to say, hey, this is the line. Don't cross it. That's something that he has helped me. And at the beginning, it was hard for me. Like, he will bark and he will be like, no, too close, too invasive. And it's been so amazing. He is such a wonderful, such a strong teacher. He has helped me so much. He has taught me so much. And we continue to learn and we continue to evolve. And he's just so amazing. This is like a very advanced soul. He comes from the Sacred Valley, so he's very sacred. Yes, you know that, right? We will go back and visit one day. We'll go back to Machu Picchu one day and visit. Yes, we'll go back for an hour here in the Alps. And we are talking about journaling. Yes, we're talking about journaling. You want to journal too? You want to journal? he loves everything I do. He's interested in everything. He just loves, yeah, journal. Yes, we're gonna talk about journaling. Yes. So basically, like, I'm gonna I'm gonna open a blank page just because to avoid showing you what I've written in previous pages. So like blank page, you just write. For example, oh, like, this is really annoying, this is very upsetting, this situation, this happened. Just write. Tears can come up. You might feel nauseous, you might feel like you have a headache, you might feel disappointed, you might feel betrayed. Whatever it is that you're feeling, write it. And then if a thought comes about like having or wanting French fries, you can write it. If you want to write, oh my God, I should have a beer, but I don't have a beer at home, write it. It doesn't need to make any sense. Then little by little, something will come up like, oh, I really miss my grandma, for example. And then you will be surprised that you wrote that. You'll be like, I wasn't even thinking about my grandma. Why is that coming up? Because it's in your subconscious and it's coming up. And you thought, okay, you needed to be strong, or you didn't want to be cheesy, and you thought, okay, your grandma passed away years ago, and you thought that was it. But it turns out that you have missed her and that you miss her still. And that's allowed. And you'll be surprised, okay, so here it is. This is one thing that it's here that needs to be addressed. Okay, this needs to, we need to acknowledge this. Okay, maybe bring it light, bring it love, bring it attention, and be like, okay. And even if it's just like, okay, grandma, you're up there, I light a candle, or I meditate, or I go sit on the beach and just like watch the waves and think about you. It doesn't matter. You'll be surprised. You'll get the ideas, you'll get the inspiration. Your higher self will tell you, go to the beach, go sit in front of the ocean and just watch the waves, or have a cone of ice cream. It's been a long time since you last had ice cream, and you need to connect to that part of yourself, that inner child. If you loved ice cream when you were little, and now as an adult you think, okay, ice cream, now no time for ice cream, but it turns out that your inner child is like longing for it. You need ice cream, you want ice cream. Treat yourself to a cone. You heard ice cream. Yes, you heard ice cream. It's very surprising what starts coming up when you start writing. The moment that the pen touches the paper, where's my pen? Well, the moment the pen touches the paper, that's when things begin to come out that were in the subconscious. You start writing your thoughts, you start writing your dreams, your emotions, and your hidden dreams come up. The things that you long to do, that you wanted to do for a long time, that you never dared to tell anybody. And then you say, how about I start? If you wanted to bake, you always wanted to bake pastries and sell them, but you thought, oh, who will want them? Who will want to buy them? Or, no time for that. Well, but here it is. Your higher self, your inner child, your subconscious, your soul, your entire being telling you, just bake those pastries and sell them after church on Sunday, or sell them at the fair, or sell them after school, wherever it is that you do. Give yourself the opportunity to try. Give yourself the opportunity to get the answers that your higher self is trying to tell you. Remember, you are not alone, and your higher self is there to guide you in the right direction, to guide you in the path that's most aligned for your evolution, for your well-being, for your happiness, for your mission, for your purpose. Remember, we have a purpose and we have a mission. We have something that we have already mastered in previous lifetimes, and that we're coming here to share with humanity, to contribute to society. And then we also have something that we came to learn in this lifetime, that we have to master it. And in order to master it, we need to learn from mistakes. We need to repeat the same mistake over and over until we master that. Whether it's abandonment, whether it's choosing yourself, whether it's money, whether it's love or health, or for example, in my case, it was setting limits. Setting limits is something that I have come to learn in this lifetime, and I have come a long way. I have come a really long way. This is a very great teacher right now. He's a constant companion, but a very persistent, a very firm. He's very calm as you see him. He's very gentle, very kind, very loving. But whenever we're outside, he's active, and he's like cautious, and he's protective. He's like some people will think like, oh my god, he's dangerous, he's not nice. No, that's not it. The thing is that he sets boundaries, and he teaches me, okay, this is how we go about it. We're a great team, aren't we? We're a great team, are we? We are. Yeah, I'm very thankful that he chose to accompany me in this lifetime, and we are sharing this life journey here on planet Earth. And I want to invite you to journal, to explore all those rooms in that house that's you. Picture yourself as a house with all these rooms: bedroom, kitchen, living room, bathroom, balcony. And if you're always on the porch, you don't dare to go inside, you don't dare to go inside, you won't know what's there. In order for you to know what's there, you need to open the door and step inside and walk into those rooms. Well, it's a little bit like that with journaling. I think journaling for me is a way to go and explore those rooms and see what's inside. Hey, what's here? One day you might like be exploring the bedroom. Another day you might be exploring the kitchen of your house. Journal, journal. It's a lifelong journey. Something that you can do for life. It's like, this is like, for example, the page that I read at the beginning, the very first page of this journal talks about a dream that I had in 2021, at the beginning of 2021. And I never expected to find this. I had completely forgotten. But now I understand, I connect the dots, and I understand that it has to do with something else that I have been working on recently in my present time. And I was like, okay, more healing, something more to address, something more to acknowledge. But how wonderful is that? Give yourself the gift to journal. Give yourself the opportunity to discover what's hidden inside. All that beauty. Yes, sometimes it's the pain, sometimes it's the trauma, sometimes it's the fear. Sometimes it's the fear to know how powerful we are, how magnificent we are, how strong, how beautiful we are. Sometimes we're not afraid of the things that happened in the past that really scared us. Sometimes we're afraid of how competent and how capable we are, and how strong, and all the things that we can achieve and accomplish. Sometimes we're afraid of our own power. Well, guess what? By journaling, a lot of those things they can come up to the surface, they can come to the subconscious. You can write them. It doesn't matter if you never read it again. It doesn't matter if like you end up like throwing the whole journal in the ocean like I did 20 years ago when I was in my teenage years. I wrote and wrote, and then I just like threw everything in the ocean, like page by page. I ripped each page and then I threw it in the ocean. I was so ashamed and so embarrassed of myself. I was very ashamed of my past, very ashamed of myself. Like I just like, it was a chaos. It was just really chaotic. And I'm happy to be here now sharing with you and inspiring you, motivating you to try it. I mean, I was the type of person that hated my voice, hated my face, hated my image. The fact that I'm here sitting in the camera and talking in front of you to share this with you, to inspire you, it's kind of like a miracle. No one would have ever guessed that I will be sitting here one day talking in front of a camera, just showing my face. I thought I was the ugliest. I thought I was the meanest person in the world. I thought I was worse than the devil. I just like all the programming that I received growing up had really shaped me in a way that made me be very ashamed of myself. Like I lived with a lot of shame and a lot of guilt. But thankfully, thanks to God and my spiritual guides and my whole team of light beings and angels and ancestors, and just, all the help that we have out there. Here we have all the help here. I have managed to overcome a lot of my fears, and like the guilt and the shame have basically eradicated it from my life. I mean, obviously we are human beings. The goal is not to like, oh, be perfect, be perfect. No, because we're here learning as human beings, but also we are here to enjoy life. We are here to be happy. We are here to enjoy the present moment, enjoy that ice cream, enjoy the pizza, enjoy, dance, be happy. Yes, heal. Yes, see the pain. Yes, see the trauma. Heal it, let it, learn from it, forgive, but also enjoy. Don't let life go by. I spent a phase of my life thinking, oh my God, I just need to heal and heal and heal. And all I did was work to heal, like earn money to heal, to pay all these therapies and all these. Yes, those are all wonderful and they have helped me and they have been amazing and everything. But there comes a point in everyone's life when you say, okay, yes, astrology, Kabbalah, shamanism, tantra, yes, all those things, yes, they are powerful tools. Everything counts, everything adds. But there comes a point when you say, okay, now what? Now I get to live. I live. Use the tools. I still use them and I keep using them. And I'm here sharing with you one tool. But don't forget to live. Don't forget to enjoy the present moment. That's something that Nuga Cosmico taught me at the very beginning when we were still in Peru, like the first couple of months that we started like hanging out, that he like, when he joined my life, he started following me and then like he basically adopted me. And one of the things he told me was that I needed to, it's good to want to do everything and a lot of things, but to not forget about ourselves. He told me, don't forget about me and don't forget about yourself. That's something he told me. And I never stopped to think about that. I didn't even know what that meant. Like, what does that mean to like, don't forget about myself? What does that mean? It meant like I wasn't even capable of looking at myself. I wasn't even capable of thinking, okay, but what do I need? What do I really want in this moment? Sometimes we don't know. And when we don't know, that's okay. That's where journaling comes in. This is where journaling can help you get a lot of answers to the questions that you don't know you had. This is the main thing that I want to like say today. Journaling can help you get answers to questions that you didn't know you had, because that's my experience. That's what happened to me when it comes to journaling. And I don't have like the evidence to show you here because it's not tangible. The only way that you can know this is that if you try it for yourself, is that if you start writing, like, doesn't matter, get a piece of paper at the beginning and just write. And you will be surprised that sometimes you're writing something and it's not even what you were thinking. Say you were thinking about your boyfriend, but what you're writing has something to do with your career, something to do with your job. It's like you're writing that, it's like, okay, interesting. And this shows how like your subconscious, your soul is trying to guide you, is always trying to get your attention to things that are more important in the moment than you think they are. Say here you are thinking of your boyfriend, but your higher self knows that you need to get answers to something more pressing. In this case, for example, is your job. Okay, you get something about your job. Okay, career move or apply to that position, or hey, you don't know. That's just one example. But you will be surprised that you start getting answers to questions that you didn't know you had. This is like what I want, the main thing, this is what I want to emphasize today. I want to emphasize that journaling is a very powerful tool to connect with your inner guidance and to observe what's in your mind. You basically become the observer of your mind. It's like writing, it's like, oh, you're observing what's in your mind. And that is another level of empowerment. Journaling is a beautiful way to connect to your inner world. Remember, the more that we connect to our inner world, the more that we can connect to the universe, to the outer space. It's like the more we ground, the more we can be up here. But grounding is important. And journaling, it's very, very tangible. So it also can help us ground. Do you need inspiration and you don't know what you should be doing when it comes to your creativity, or when it comes to your next project, or when it comes to, it doesn't matter, your job, your family, your relationship? Write, journal. The answer might come within 3 minutes of writing, or it might come within 3 hours, or it may not come that day. It might come 3 days later or 3 weeks later. But you're setting the intention. You're setting the intention that you are journaling to cleanse your mind, clear your mind, but also the more you cleanse your filter, the more clean you are, and the more that you can get those messages, the more that you can get the downloads from the universe, from God, from your spiritual beings. Otherwise, it's like if it's too dusty, how is the information gonna come through? How is it gonna get to you if it's all dusty? This is something that I noticed one day when I was still in college. I went to visit a friend, her dorm, and I put a towel. It was like really bright, and I put a towel on the lamp, and the lamp was basically like a bare light bulb. This light bulb, and had like nothing. Usually like a lamp has, some sort of cover, like a decoration, and there's just the light. But she had broken it. She's like, oh, I broke it. It's like, oh, I put a towel. I had a towel that I had brought with me because we were gonna go scuba diving. We're gonna prepare to go like swimming, to prepare for our scuba diving class, something like that. And I set the towel on the light bulb, and like it was dark. I removed the towel, and it was burnt. It was all black, and it was like really dusty. But she said, oh, I didn't think that was gonna happen. But that's when I noticed, oh yeah, when we cover it, when it's too dusty, when it's like the light cannot get through. We don't see the light. It's too covered. It's too dusty. It's like all these blockages, like you can't see. The moment I removed the towel, yeah, it was really dusty because it was like all this, it's really dark from all the dust. But I had removed without wanting to, without intending to, I had removed all the dust, and now like the light was brighter, and it was nicer. It's a little bit like that. The more that it's clear, the less blockages there are, the better it is for the light to go through, or the messages, the answers to come through to you. Does that make sense? Journaling is a little bit like that. It's like dusting off, cleaning away, sweeping, sweep. The more I journal, the more I sweep, the more layers I remove, the more layers I remove. Layers are getting removed. And you get to the core, you get to the essence. And that's when the magic starts really happening. It can happen like it happened with me in the shower, like without me journaling. It's like I just wrote with my finger, and I got an answer that I had to get, an answer from my higher self. It can happen like that with you. It can happen very quickly. But it can also happen that you need to journal more in order for you to get, more connected to that inner part of you, to your soul, to your intuition. It's like, write, journal, journal, journal. Remember, you're not writing to impress. You're not winning a contest. You're not competing for anything. You're not showing anybody, not even yourself. You don't need to, like, read it later. You don't need to. Just write, I want French potatoes. No, there's no ketchup. There's no ketchup. Oh, Nuga Cosmico's here. I need to take him out. Oh, he needs to pee. That's just an example. We're not going to go outside and pee right now. It's 1 in the morning. We already went outside for our walk. It's almost 2 in the morning. For some reason, I couldn't sleep. And so we're still up. So you can probably see I'm like, my eyes look a little sleepy. But I didn't want to go to bed without sharing this today with you, without inviting you to journal. It's free, it's easy, it's simple. It just takes time. But give yourself the time to journal at least 5 minutes a day. Start with 5 minutes. Don't go crazy and do 2 hours, because then you'll get disappointed and you won't want to do it the next day. It happened to me. At the beginning, I will be like, oh my God, journal, journal, journal. I will go to a coffee shop and journal for 7 hours. And then the next day again, another 5 hours, 6 hours. But then the third day, I'll be like, tomorrow. And then I will stop for like 3 months or 4 months. So don't go crazy, because there's no point. The key is to be consistent, even if you only write 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes a day. Doesn't matter what you write. It's about making it a practice. And with practice comes clarity, messages, answers. That's all I want to say. The main thing that I want to say is that when you journal, you will be surprised that you get answers to questions that you hadn't asked. You hadn't asked them because you didn't think that you had them. You didn't know. But guess what? Your subconscious knew. Your soul knew. And when your hand moves, when the pen touches the paper, the page, your soul starts speaking. Something starts moving. You get out of the way. You, with your ego, gets out of the way. And your essence comes up. It comes out and it starts saying, this is what I need. This is what I want. This is what I desire. This is what I deserve. These are my dreams. This is what I aspire to. Journal. Even if it doesn't make any sense. Even if the things you write scare you. Even if it's scary at first, because hard memories can come up. But guess what? Journaling is very healing, and you are not alone. All your spirit guides are with you. Your whole team of spiritual guides, whether it's Jesus, Sarasvati, Isis, Virgin Mary, Buddha, Krishna, angels, dragons, the unicorns. There's so much help out there. And all you have to do is be open to receive, accept help. Raise your hand and say, yes, I am open to receive help. I am open to miracles. Remember, you're not alone, and you don't need to do everything alone. Journal, journal, journal. Start with 5 minutes a day. Whether it's the morning, afternoon, or evening, it doesn't matter. Are you sitting on the bus, waiting for your medical appointment, waiting in the waiting room? Journal. I wouldn't suggest typing on your phone. Yeah, some people do it, but in this case, when I mean journaling, it's like literally pen on paper, not like typing on your phone. That's different because your mind, your brain connects differently when you write, when you use your physical hand to move your fingers on the paper. That's when the magic happens. That's when the subconscious starts saying things and revealing information. That's when your higher self can become present. And also because you move slower with your hand, you can connect better. If you were to just type, it's so fast, it's not like the connection. Remember, we're human beings. And by you writing with your hand, you're allowing your heart, your mind, the universe all to align in a way that it's the right speed for you to receive the information that you need to receive on that particular sitting. Does that make sense? Put away your phone, put away technology for a little bit. Yes, you can type later. Yes, you can type if you're writing emails, or if you're writing a book, or if you're writing articles, or if you're writing messages to your friends via WhatsApp. Of course, yes, type. I'm not saying, oh my God, like ignore it altogether and never use technology. No. But for this particular exercise, when it comes to journaling, it's pen in your hand, pen, cursive or normal, it doesn't matter, but it's physical pen and physical paper with your hand. Okay, so that's all I have to say for today. We are gonna go to bed now. It's pretty late. We went overboard. We played a lot today, and you can probably tell we're a little fatigued. We're a little tired, but it's about time to go to bed. We wanted just to like invite you to journal so that you don't get trapped in your thoughts, so that you start seeing your thoughts from outside, which is very powerful. You begin to notice patterns, you begin to notice limiting beliefs, and those limiting beliefs, okay, they're not welcomed here. And you begin to notice what keeps repeating in your life. Journaling is also incredibly powerful for manifestation and clarity. Try it for yourself. Don't believe me, just try it. Give it a try and let me know if you like it. If you found this episode useful, helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to send it to a friend, to a family member, to a neighbor, to a coworker who you think might benefit from this information. Because remember, we're all in this together, all of humanity, with everything that's happening in the world. I think it's important to be connected and to share beauty in the world. Beauty and love, spread it, be the light. Journal, connect to your inner self, connect to your inner world, connect to the universe. Remember, your journal is one of the few places in the world where you can be completely authentic. Be authentic without judgment. Don't judge yourself. Be authentic. Judge. I'm wearing this. What am I wearing? What does this say? I'm wearing the clothes I love. What does this say? Love, love, love. You see, this is really authentic. You know, it's funny. Like, I didn't realize I was wearing this. Yeah, but like, journaling. It's like a journal. It's a coincidence. I didn't plan it, but yeah, it's like be authentic, be unique. Right. We will be back with more ideas on how to connect to your inner self. But trust me, journaling is very powerful, so go try it for yourself. Okay? Have a good day, a good night, whatever it is that you are in the world, and let us know how is it going for you. Let us know in the comments. Okay, you ready to go? Let's go. We're going to bed. Yeah, it's nighttime. You ready? Say goodbye to people. Say goodbye. Say bye. Say goodbye. Goodbye. Say goodbye. Oh, he's sending you kisses. Those kisses are for you. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Take care. Bye.